Some of you have people in your life that are delaying your future. Okay? They are delaying your future. I know. It's hard to come to this truth that maybe someone that we care about, so close to us, someone that has, that's meant to push us forward to our dreams, to pursue the things that we want to do, to make sure that we don't have any delay in life. Maybe they don't scream at you every day. Maybe they're quietly draining your energy. And you have to face the truth sometimes to that there are certain people that are around you that are delaying your life. I want to count, just do something with me together, okay? I'm going to count to 5, and I want you, when I start counting, to think of someone that you think is delaying your life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did you think of someone? I did. Did you think of someone? Okay, so you thought of someone, you already know. Okay, I'm not here to preach to you. I'm not here to tell you things that you already know. I'm assuming that if you're watching this, you're probably an adult. You're probably very aware, more aware than you think you are. And I just maybe want to bring it to light to you a bit more, And so you thought of someone, okay, in your head. For some of you, it may be someone you've known for a very long time. It may be the closest person to you. It may be someone that you love very dearly. It may be someone that, you've bonded in a friendship with. Or maybe it's someone that, maybe it doesn't have to be someone so close to you. Maybe it's someone that you are obliged to do things for, i.e. in a workplace, whatever. Whatever that person or whoever the person is. There is a person in your mind, and it's important that that person does not get in the way of your future anymore, because they will delay your life. It's happened to me, and I will explain that in the latter part of the video here, of my story of how I got delayed in life, okay? And I'm telling you, it's not a pretty way to the path of life, and if you can catch it early, it's so important, because unfortunately, these kind of people around you or environments, whatever it is, it will slowly take away that sparkle, that goal, that dream, that thing inside you that deep down you want to do, and you can do it. Okay? So we're going to discuss this. Sit back, relax, subscribe if you want to. That would be amazing. If you've made it here. I love that for you, and I love that for me, because I know you're an awake human being, and I love that. And you're in this journey of healing and becoming better, and I just love that we're having that vibration right now together. I wanted to touch base a little bit on how actual delay actually happens in your life, because it's not something that just one day, there's a delay in my life. No, it creeps up on you suddenly because of the maybe you've missed some signals here. You put yourself last. There's lots of things that, me included, that I had to look at myself, take accountability for, and be like, why am I allowing this behavior to happen to me, and this delay, which I'll come on later to you. But let's just get back to how does delay just happen in life? Okay, well, there's a couple of things. Okay, as I said, it accumulates incrementally over time. Okay, it is something that also is, you start second guessing your dreams. You start second guessing your skills, your talent. You start putting things on hold, maybe for other people. You put yourself last. So your dreams go on hold, the thing that you've wanted to do. Oh no, I'm going to stop that because this person needs this, or this, I need to do this, and this. And this is where it starts, okay? This is the beginning of the delay of your life. And you start getting into this habit of keep delaying things for other people, other energies around you. Next thing you know, a day has gone past. A week has gone past. Months, years. And what's happened? You're the one that's lost out. you may be helping everyone else, using all your skills, or all your passion, your energy to help other people get to where they're going, maybe, or to get to places that, you know, to improve their lives, to help their lives, to give all your energy away, okay? You end up in the same position, even worse off actually, probably years down. I know this because it happened to me, so I know how it feels for your life to be delayed, okay? I understand we all have to take accountability to the paths that we have in life, but to think that there would never be an energy or people around you that put delays on your life or add that is not realistic, okay? We would love to see that everyone would never want to do that, and maybe they don't purposely or trying to do that intentionally, but unfortunately there will most likely be people in your life that come around that will put a delay in your life, okay? And you have to recognize that. And that's the beauty about growth, is that you can take the times and look back at the times where, okay, wow, I allowed that delay in my life to happen. Let me learn from someone else's experience, hence why I do this, to try and help other people. And maybe one person will learn from this. That's beautiful, okay? And so this allows the growth that you will have, allows you to recognize these things. So it doesn't, so you reduce the amount, so you can reduce, you know, putting yourself back into a cycle where it can cause you a delay. You know, you can recognize these people, the energy, and the environments that are not suited and aligned to you and where you're trying to go. And unfortunately, when there is a shining star within you, okay, and you have this thing, unfortunately, a lot of people feel very uncomfortable in that space of your comfortability, of your own authentic self, of you being yourself, okay? It's not, I truly believe it's because other people that put that delay on your life maybe have that issue with themselves, and you're just a mirror to what they maybe cannot achieve in their own authenticity. So you're putting that mirror up to them, you know? So they want to take that energy from you because they see something so authentic in you. But by doing that, you are quieting yourself, you are dimming your own light, and by giving everyone else their energy and putting your dreams on pause and your things, your passion on pause, you are unfortunately in a way sabotaging yourself and sabotaging the star that you are within, okay? And I had to learn this along the way, that I had to learn it the hard way, okay? I really did. I had to learn this the hard way, but it's fine because I've learned and understand a lot of things. And also what I would say, the delay also, I truly believe, also comes from childhood, what your belief system was as growing up as a child. Okay, it's very, very important to always reflect back to your childhood, because a lot stems from your self-esteem, from your self-concept, from who you are, from what you believe of what you can achieve, what you can do. The empathetic side and the lack of having selfishness to go for things in such an aggressive way in life, I've learned is not always the best way. You know, I'm not saying the nice person finishes. The selfless person doesn't always work in the society, unfortunately. And regardless to, if you want to be a selfless person, you can do that, but you've also got to have a bit of selfishness mixed in there. Unfortunately, full selflessness does not work, and it does not coexist in a positive way, unfortunately, in the society we live in 2025, okay? And that's just the facts of the matter. It does not mean that you can't be a kind person. It just means you have to understand, I've learned this, that selfishness is always an important ingredient in order for you to not put a delay in your life, okay? Because the selfishness will allow you to become selfless in the path. The selfishness that you have will allow you to become selfless, because without the selfishness, you won't be able to achieve the goals and the self-care and the love back to yourself, and maybe the financial goals, maybe the spiritual goals, the emotional goals, the goals that you have in life, okay? Can't come purely I've learned for myself, in my opinion, from full selflessness, and it's a harsh reality, but it's one that I've come to terms with now about the society that we live in, and that's okay. And but yeah, having selfishness at the beginning allows you to be selfless. It allows you one day, and that's my hope one day, is to give back, and it allows you to give back and be in spaces that you feel at peace. Okay. So when I talk about this selfishness, right, I know this because I've spent years, absolute years, giving away to my narcissistic mother. I pretty much spent more than half my life trying to make sure that she's catered to in every possible way, but in the process of doing that, I put a lot of delay on my own dreams, put a lot of doubt and second guessing on my own beauty, on my own dreams, on my own capabilities, on my own self-esteem, on my own lots of things, okay? And it's important that I recognize that, and because that is a very fundamental relationship, a mother to daughter, and if you're not being fueled early on with those things, those basic necessities of self, esteem, confidence, you can do this, what it happens is it ignites and makes you feel comfortable. It gives you the sense of lack, okay? It doesn't allow you to see your greatness when you're around people that don't want you to see it, okay? And unfortunately, those people can be the people closest to you, because they can see everything. They can see your greatness, but they don't want to see it because it shows them their lack of and their inability to get to that greatness that you have. And the greatness can be just your authentic self. And that is great, because a lot of people cannot achieve that. And that kind of stems from my experience. And basically, I'm 36 and I've just got on my feet from that whole narcissistic thing. And if you don't know about narcissistic family environments, I would definitely check. You understand it's a very difficult one to get out of, but it doesn't necessarily even have to be a narcissistic family. It could be an environment that you're in. It could be in an environment, a place. To be honest, the people around you could even be neighbors that are around you that are actually draining. I mean, I've been in places where I've lived with other neighbors, and I can feel their energy. I don't know if I think I'm a highly sensitive person, but I can feel people's energy. And even in the world, if you're in a bad environment and it's not doing you well, serving you well, your body will usually react in a way of stress. It will react in muscle aches. It will react in a multitude of different ways, physically and emotionally. And you won't be able to sleep. You won't be, your body will know when you're not in the right environment and not place. So, not even that, you will understand maybe the friends that are around you are not always best for you in the phase of life that you are. And sometimes you have to recognize that these friends, even though you've known them your whole life, okay, sometimes people, don't want to see others, go off in their own lane and live their authentic self. And as I said before, it's just a mirror you're putting up to their inadequacies of what they haven't been able to achieve. And that may not be just financially, that may be internally, of what they haven't been able to overcome in themselves, their flaws and those things, and to face those and to be able to live and be free authentically and be who they truly really are deep down. A lot of people find that very difficult, because a lot of people that cover who they are actually living deep down inside in a very painful box, which they feel very trapped in. But in order for you to so I feel sometimes those kind of people that can't really live their authenticity, just live a kind of character to kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? They just live a character that satisfies the society, and that will return to them financially, or whatever it is that most people want, okay? Which is great, but it will get you through and it will get you ahead. It'll get you to a certain level. But then it comes to a point, it's where it's like, okay, so you've reached all your financial goals, and maybe you're the richest person, you've got all the materialistic things you want, okay? Great, you're the top 1% or whatever it is, okay? Whatever they're trying to achieve. Let's talk about that, the top 1%. A lot of people in the top 1%, I don't know this, evidently, but maybe there needs to be some studies on this, but I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of them are not necessarily living in peace, okay? Because in order to get there, there's a lot of sacrifices and a lot of avoidant tendencies, I would assume. And let's just say, maybe some narcissistic qualities that require you to get to the top in an aggressive way, and to feed the society, to allow them to fuel back to you that monetary reward, okay? That aligns with what society wants, and that requires sometimes not for you to be your authentic self. So it's very truly blessing when you find someone that is just truly their authentic self. You can feel it and you can sense it. But the irony of all this is that you can also get to your dreams and goals by being your authentic self, but also by also being in tune with who you are. Because if you get to the top and you don't know who you are, you're going to be deeply lonely. You're going to find that these materialistic things don't fulfill you in any way. You'll easily and quickly get bored of these things, okay? And they will just become redundant. They'll just become another thing that you've achieved, and now it's... But the thing is, they're constantly going to be searching for these things, okay? Which there's never going to be an end point. Because the real thing about life is that we're searching for who we are and what we can contribute to this world and what we can give back to this world. That's the importance of life. And if you're not doing that, at some point, it just becomes redundant, materialistic things that don't fuel your inner self. Sorry if I went off in a bit of a tangent, but I think it's a very important part of life that we have to understand. And why does this relate to this? I think it's important because I think a lot of people, I think there can be many people that ignore the path of being themselves and going towards what they want, okay? Now, I'm not saying, like, I'm in favor of getting yourself... There's nothing wrong with getting yourself a job, and I'm in favor of that. I have no problem with that at all. What I'm talking about is just never forget who you are. Whether you're working, I don't care where you're working. You could be a businessman, you can be a freaking gardener, you can be a cleaner, you can be working in an office. I do not care what job you have. I'm talking about, regardless to what job you are, enjoy what you do, and when you're there, make sure that the people around you are not delaying your next step in life. Maybe you're doing these jobs to get to another stepping stone. Maybe this is where you are right now in your phase of life, and maybe it's not where you want to be right now, and that's okay. But what you've got to understand is that the people, the energies and stuff along your path and along of your growth, of your healing, make sure that these people, the environments around you, do not delay your life. If there's a moment where you think, okay, this environment is really putting a delay on my life, it's really to the core of me, it's going to burn me out, it's going to emotionally distress me. I've been in these environments and workplaces. It's not worth your health, it's not worth and it will not give you wealth, and it won't. And I'm talking spiritually, financially, anything, relationships wise, it's not going to help you in any way. So it's very important that what the sentiment of what I'm trying to get here is that it's important along this path of growth and what you're trying to achieve, that you always remain authentic to yourself, and that you do not allow other energies, or you don't allow certain environments or maybe certain things to completely like quieten down that voice inside you that knows that I've got something more to give, that I know I've got this. I know you have to trust yourself. Going to be people that don't want to see you succeed. There is going to be people that are purposely trying to put a delay on your life, because the thought of you going and doing your authentic self and your passion in this and that, it number one is maybe they can't comprehend that this is a possibility, and number two, I honestly believe is that they don't want to see an inadequate a reflection back to themselves, and I truly believe sometimes it's very much the loved ones and the people that are very close to us that tend to put this ceiling on us and this boundary of what we can achieve and what we can do. And it's very unfortunate because they're the people that should be the closest to us, and that is just a reflection of where they are in their growth and their own self-concept of themselves, which they never got to learn. And this is the thing, you're here to make sure that this cycle does not continue, and I applaud you for that, because not many people get to this point in life where they can see maybe their own inadequacies and their own taking accountability to themselves as well of what they've allowed in. Okay, me included. I also have to understand that, wow, I let my narcissistic mother do this and it took me a while to understand. It's okay, I'm learning from it. Or that I've been in environments and work environments that just don't fuel to where I want, that were pretty toxic, and I allowed this. It's okay, I've learned from it. Okay, or I've had these friendships that didn't serve me at all well, actually trying to sabotage me, it didn't serve, that weren't good for me at all. Or I've had family members or this or it's fine. It was meant to show us something. It's a lesson learned. It's something we can grow from. But these people, these energies and environments, we need to spot them early. Because at 36, I've just moved into my own place. I just moved into my own place like 4 years ago. Honestly, if I knew what I knew now, I wish I had the knowledge that I knew now back in my 20s or something. And I would have just, what I would have done is distance myself from a lot of different energies, and I would have understood that I have maybe a very empathetic sentiment and I'm a highly sensitive person, and I can take on aspects, and I was very much people pleasing before and blah blah blah, but I didn't really know myself. And unfortunately that is a trait that happens in narcissistic parent relationships, that you tend to not really understand and know yourself. You do have to go through a process of reparenting yourself. That's my experience, that's my story. So what I would say is, what I've learned along the way is, every time I put, you've been in those environments where you've been around people that have delayed your life, it's fine because you learn from it. And I've been through many failures. I've been through a lot where I do not want my experience to go to waste. That there might be some girl out there or guy that has people around them that are just not good for you, and you have to understand life will require you sometimes to cut people out. And I think we have to have a better relationship sometimes of understanding that we might have to cut people that are close to us, even if in the interval phase of where we're in our growth, and then maybe we can come back when we are stronger within ourselves. But sometimes you have to break away from people in order to make sure that there is no delay in your life, and to make sure that they don't make you second guess your dream. They don't make you second guess your passion. They don't make you feel like, wait a minute, this is too out of reach for me. No. Okay? It's also important you do not put everyone else before you. This, even family, even people close to you, you don't have to keep lending people money. You don't have to keep, you don't have to keep helping your friend out. You don't need to be the one constantly, if everyone needs advice, you're the one to go to, and you take on everyone's energy. You don't have to be the one constantly like, I'll do it, it's me, and then you put everything else. You're the one constantly helping people, lifting everyone else up, letting them achieve their goals, and then you're just, it's not heroic. Okay, it's not. It's just a delay in your life. And unfortunately I've learned this the harsh way, and I just don't want that for you. Okay, I used to be the one I wanted to help people. I sort this out and make sure you achieve your goals. Mrs. Motivator over here, that's great. A lot of people get a lot from that. Okay, they take that energy. Of course, why wouldn't you? It's free. I'll take this. This is helping me. But in the process, you're taking out your energy. You're pouring it out every single time. And then you question yourself, how the hell did I get here? Years and years later, you're like, I've got nothing. Everyone else is doing okay. What have I got? You know? And yes, you've got to take accountability and understand, okay, I've got to be a bit selfish here. I've got to cut some people. I can't go on like this. Then there comes a point. And I don't want you to wait until it gets so bad where you're like, I'm in a desperate situation. I need to get out of here. Don't be like me, where I was in a desperate situation. I used my last bit of money just to get a place in a, and I just hoped for the best, and it kind of worked out. But I do not want you to do that. You know, you don't have to do that. And this is why it's important to have these conversations, these real honest conversations about how certain people can put delays on your life. The problem is people do not like change, okay? And when people that are closest to you or people that are around you, they see you changing, they see you doing better, they see you becoming more, they see you getting stronger, they see you understand yourself more. It's scary for people. It brings a fear in them, okay, that they're going to lose that. So I just want to finally leave with a question where what I did was that I had to ask myself, I had to look around and I had to focus. What are these people? Are these people serving me? Is this environment helping me in any way? Does this bring value to my life? Is this going to delay? Is this person that I've got around me right now, are they going to delay my life? Are they? You know? Friends, the colleagues, the environment, is this environment like, is it boosting me up or is it burning me out? That's, you know, is it emotionally fueling me, these people, these energies, or are they emotionally draining me? You have to ask yourself these questions. Do you feel good in this environment? Is your body reacting around these people and these environments? You have to listen to your body. I had to do this as well. I know how it feels because I've been there. Listen, I just want to leave with, you know, sometimes choosing peace requires detachment and distance, even if they are your family, okay? Loved ones, close partners that you've been with your very long time, childhood friends. Am I encouraging detachment and distance? No. What I'm saying is that you can get a better relationship with it, because once you have a better relationship and can do that, you can recognize that actually I can remove these obstacles around my life that are causing some of my delay in life. Of course, I have some accountability to this, but there will be obstacles along the way in this path of life. And you have to determine, is this person, this energy, this obstacle, this thing in the way, is this helping me or is this hurting me? Is this giving me, you know, fuel? Is this causing me like a headache and stress, you know? Is this person or this environment delaying where I'm trying to go? You know, and you instinctively will know these things. Staying stuck in this cycle of delay of life is not where you want to be. You have to move. You have to just get you just got to keep moving. Just keep moving. And as you keep moving, it will just the path will reveal itself. But if you're stuck, it has no chance to reveal the next step. And just see it as a step, the next step, the next step. And sometimes in order to get to the next step, you have to move. But in order to move, you have to remove the thing that is delaying you, okay? Okay. Move forward, softly, slowly, and just recognize that sometimes in life there will be delay. But you have to recognize what is delaying you. Is it you? Or is it other people around you? You know? That is thy question. Anyway, I felt that it weaved in and out of some different topics coming through that may not have been, I think, were equally as relevant actually to this, because I think it intertwined quite perfectly, because there's many things that I think you can extract from this and relate to, hopefully. And I really hope that you got something from this. And what I'm really trying to say is that please look around the people, the environment, and the energy that you are. I do not want you to be like me, that delayed my life for so long to try and help other people. In return, you maybe don't even get a thanks for it, and then you end up looking at your life years later and going like, how did I get here? But it's fine. If you're at the how did I get here moment, is always a lesson learned in that, and you can see the positives in that. And I'm happy actually looking back the way my life's unfolded, because as much as it's been a bit of a nightmare, I'm not going to lie, I wouldn't want this on anyone else. I would say I've learned a lot along the way, and I wouldn't be this person here, as confident as I feel, to share my story like this, to come here in front of you and say this. So I just really hope you got something from this. And yes, so everybody, okay, I hope this was somewhat helpful. Okay, if you found some goodness out of this, I really would love us to have our community here. I love all of you guys out here. You're so astute in your self-awareness and your thinking, and it's really comes across when you comment. And I just love the people that come here. Okay, you're on your path, you find this. I know you're in a place of healing. I know you're ready to grow as a person, become better in whatever you're doing in life, and I commend you for that. I really do. And you should be very proud of yourself, because not a lot of people sometimes want to take the time to do that, but it's very important, because it will allow you to achieve the things that you want to achieve. And I'm so glad that I can use this voice that I have to help in, hopefully in any way. Please join. I'd love to see the channel grow, because I'd love to see what kind of people, I'd love to see us grow here together, and we'll just keep going, sharing the authentic stories. And comment below, comment your life, comment your story, comment if there's been someone that's put a delay in your life, and do you feel that, or is it a delay you're putting in your own life, or is it an environment, people, a person? What do you think it is? And yeah, just you never know, your comments below, and how maybe sharing your thing, how it can help someone else. So just here, just trying to help. Okay, thank you. The Nana Jenny. Bye bye.